It was like my own private little concert.
It was beautiful. It sounded like angel voices, and I just kind of looked around me, and Europe looked so much different than America, and I was hearing the voices, these girls who sang beautifully, and it's just, it stands out to me.
And it was just really a neat time to listen to them sing, to hear their beautiful young voices, and also just to kind of hear them saying farewell through song, because that's what they were doing.
I think there are really two purposes. One is for Cedarville students to have a cross-cultural overseas missions experience, and the other is to do the ministry for the Hungarian church.
We went to Hungary this past summer to first off teach English to the students. The English camp was in two sections, morning and evening section, for 2 weeks straight. And just the purpose was to teach English to kids ranging from the ages of like 8 to probably about 20 or 21. The other reason that we went was to build bridges between the church and the teens in the surrounding area.
When we first arrived at the church in Kecskemét, all these little girls came running up with these huge bright flowers, and they were smiling and they were tugging on us and giving us hugs. And the people of the church were so friendly. It was really exciting, and I could tell that God's love was really active in that church and in the lives of those people.
One of the things that the kids really loved to do was to try to teach us Hungarian, and they would make us count. And I think they had much more joy in seeing us fumble around with their Hungarian words than they had trying to learn English.
The church is 50 or 60 years old, but it had been dying until a marvelous senior pastor named Geza Kovac came to minister, and that's about the time that we began to appear on the scene as an English teaching team. And since that time, the church has grown to be a couple hundred and has a beautiful facility now, and that's where we do our ministry there.
To build relationships with the students, our team would hang out with them in the afternoons by playing volleyball or football. It was kind of interesting, kickball. And we would also be invited to their houses at night and play games with them at night too. And just the interaction in class, I think, helped us get to know them better, and it was a lot of fun.
To help my students learn vocabulary, we played Simon Says because we were focusing on body parts. So they would touch their eyes or their nose, and whatever body part I would say, they would touch that part.
The most important thing about the ministry was probably the chance that we got during the big group time to share the Word of God with the students. With the way our lessons were, we really couldn't do that in class. I mean, we could if we wanted to, but it was just harder with the things we were teaching. So the most important part was definitely the big group time where we could share with them the Word of God and the love of Christ.
Probably my most poignant moment goes back to actually into the 90s when a young man by the name of Joseph accepted Christ. And we've seen him grow through the years, become an active part of the church there in Kecskemét, and he now serves as our translator whenever we are there. And he's a trophy of God's grace.